Hello again, we're back after Christmas and New Year, so we had a couple of weeks off, which was nice. But my first job back is the house. I did work here before, the blinds, fit the blinds. The people are actually moving in tomorrow, and there's a couple of little snagging jobs. This cupboard didn't open or close, so I've had to, there was a build up of paint because it's all been painted, which was pushing the door over and making it very stiff. So done that, and the top one, same thing. Just a bit stiff. It's paint when they're freshly painted. That doesn't quite close there at the bottom. But yeah, if I start cutting and chopping, it's going to need repainting again. This carpet wasn't going anywhere. Last time I came, this was loose, so I glued that down. But the carpet wasn't, because it was loose, you had nothing to stick it into, so I've just pushed that in. It's a bit longer than it needs to be, the carpet, but I suppose you left it a bit long. And that's done. This loo wasn't flushing. It's just a bit old. Stiff, so it's a bit of a push. And the doors, the wheels it's seized at the bottom. Hi, this is a really weird window in someone's bathroom. They were complaining it wouldn't shut, but it doesn't actually have any hinges on the bottom. It's purely held on with a U in the bottom of the frame and an upright. So it just wobbles on the upright, but it's got a seal on it, and when you close it, it doesn't want to close because it needs to be pushed down. If I push it down, then it closes all right. I don't want to take anything off it because it'll just swell up because it hasn't been painted. If you only open it a little bit, it's not too bad. So, well, it wouldn't shut at all before. If I explain that to the people, if you do open it all the way, it just, as it closes, it lifts up slightly. Then it won't close. Oh, it will. Needs a bit of force on it. I'll use my favourite spray, silicone spray, just to help it shut. Need 2 hands on this. Well, I've left it shut. It opens and closes, but you need 2 hands on it. It's not ideal, but if I take anything off it, by the time the painter gets here, it'll be summer and it'll just all swollen up again. So, and then it'll be too small. Come summer, all drafty. That seals quite well. This timber, it's a compromise you get. Hello again. We're back on site. We've had the Christmas break. And back to normal now. It's raining. The dustmen are outside making lots of noise. So we're back at number 9, which is all finished and done. The cleaner's about to come and give it a clean. It's looking very nice. The heating's been put on just to take the edge off, so it's a comfortable place to be. But the owners have asked if I can go and check out all the handle. Sorry about that, there's a call coming through. That's the disadvantage of using your phone to do videos. Right, so she sent me a list of everything that needs doing. Basically, I've got to check all the doors shut. And there's a lot of doors and they're very old. And I've just been looking at this one. And it does not shut. The trouble is, if I start planing it down, it's going to need painting. The people are moving in soon. You can't leave it like that. That's awful, that is. And I know what'll happen. These hinges are 100 years old, they're all worn out. If I start having to replace them, it's the same, it's going to need painting. So I'm sure there'll be a lot like that. Oh God, what size are these things? Oh, that actually works okay. It's amazing the size of these doors. They've probably never ever been opened or closed. But they're quite nice to have. I'm impressed with them because they both seem to shut alright. Oh, that's good because I wouldn't fancy the task of planing them down. They're huge. Right, so other things on my list. There's like a shower door in here. Oh, that works right, that door. And it hasn't got anything at the bottom of it. So I need to put some plastic strip on there. They want somewhere to put the shower head, but I can't put it normal height. It's just going to be old, so I might have to put it a bit lower. I'll see if I can just get a single hook, put it on. There is a shower upstairs. I've got a loo seat to do, but I think that's next door. Oh dear. It's funny, you just notice loads and loads of different things. That closed alright. Depends how far they want me to go with. I mean, that's about me. Some closed, that doesn't seem to be closing. Anyway, I'm going to go through the list and make my way through the house. This is an interesting one. Because of the shape of the door, you can see a lot. Yeah, it's totally out of square. I've shut it, it won't open now, it's jamming in the top. I mean, yes, I'm going to break the door. Luckily we've got the other doors to get out of. And it's got intermittent strip on the top. Let me get it open and show you. So I can't, if I plane it down, I'm going to have to re-groove it for the strip, which is going to be a hell of a job, but it's got to be done. Can't leave it not shutting. It's just, you could spend half a day on that. And definitely that one. Right, let's go and look at the rest. Right, I fixed this one. So it's slightly rubbing on the carpet, but it's brand new carpet, so that's all going to settle. The way I did it, I thought I don't want to get involved with the top plane down all that. You can see I've dropped the door down probably 4 or 5 mil. So it's slightly lower than it was, which means the top clears. I've got quite a nice gap there now. I've got quite a big gap there now. In fact, I might take it back up a little bit, split the difference. So it's just missing the top. Right, slightly rub on the floor. But apart from that, all working well. Can't go any higher. Yeah, it's not ideal. These are fire doors as well. These were treated with special paint from Envirograph. So you paint the inside of the door with this paint that makes it fireproof. So all these have been done. It should actually have a sticker on it stating it's a fire door. They normally go here. I'll have to speak to her about them. Right, that one's done. Let's, I think we'll tackle this one because this is a real bad one. I don't think we'll get many worse than this. This isn't a fire door because it's only a loo. You don't need a fire door in here. I'm not sure what's behind here. Looks like it does come off for access. So yeah, these hinges haven't been off for a long time. We'll see what we can do. I've actually taken the door off, which is a nightmare, trying to get the screws out. They're all sealed in with paint, hundreds of years of paint on them. So I'm getting a new pair of hinges. These are worn and I could get the paint off, spend ages on them, but might as well just get a new set. And then I can pack them out and stop them getting hinge bound. We just had a site meeting and they've given me a list of other jobs that need doing. Curtain poles, there's knobs, window knobs, there's all sorts, so I'm just going to make my way through. I don't know if I'll get finished today. These are the windows they want curtain poles on, so that's not a problem, I can do them. So far, that was about an hour, that meeting. I've been here most of the day. It is getting on to, it's midday now, 12 o'clock, and I've done one door. Well, I've done more than that. And I've just had to arrange with her about the bottom of that for the shower door, the seal, so she's dropping that off in a minute. And I was on my way to get new hinges when the phone went and asked me to come back and measure up for the windows. So we're getting there. Hopefully I'll be able to get stuck in when I get back and get things moving. Yeah, this door was an absolute nightmare. It's yeah, not the best of fitting, but it opens and closes now, which is good enough. I've changed the hinges. They're a mess. They need packing out really, and this could do with all filling in, but this is just to get things working. I've got the loose seat to do now, and of course the threads are all seized, so I've got to try and get that one off so I can get the new one back on. Right, that's the loose seat on. I always put the old ones in the boxings for new ones. The cleaners come in to sort it out afterwards. Yeah, because it's a bit of a mess. Right, it's not a soft closer, so there'll be a bit of banging going on when people think it is. That is almost everything downstairs done. We've got a new seal for the bottom of the shower door, which will fit on, but I've noticed there's a big hole. So there must be some sort of seal that goes on there. And that will just pour out, well, it would pour out if the shower head was high enough to have a shower on, but yeah, that's, I've spoken to the woman who gives me the work, and they might want to just change the shower door and put another one on, but I've left that with them. I'm not going to put the bottom bit on yet because that can still go back. Right, I've had to fit these handles. I don't think the painters realised they opened because they've been painted shut. Anyway, they work now. But they've asked me to replace these as well. But what they've done is they've drilled a big hole in the back, and it's a hollow door, so you just couldn't get it tight. So what I've had to do is get an electrical connection block, get the brass bit out, take the screws out of it, cut it in half, and then push it. I pushed it in there with the screw going through it to space it out. That's worked. Oh, that's a mess. And it's got the pipes in it. That's not good. The people move in at the weekend. It's now Monday. Right, okay, I'll do something with that. They've asked me to sort these handles out, but I know whatever you do to them, they're just not going to bite into the door. So I've got some new handles which go right through, and they've got Allen keys to keep them all together. So I'll put those on instead. I've just got another phone call now about more work for different jobs tomorrow. So it's only Monday, and I'm already behind. Right, let's get these 3 door knobs changed. Nothing's ever easy at the old places. The handle that came out, I'll take it downstairs now. The spindle was actually smaller, so I've tried to put a new handle in, but the spindle won't fit through the mortise slot. So I use the old spindle. It's got Allen keys holding it in place. The other problem I've got, you can see how close the lock is to the front of the door, so you've got about 5 mil for the screw to grip in. And behind there, it looks like someone's gone around with a machine gun, with the amount of holes in it. So I'm going to leave it like that. It's not going to come off because it's got the Allen keys in it, and whatever screw I put in, it's just going to pull off anyway. Because I can't, whatever I put is going to, with 5 mil grip on a door that's over 100 years old, it's only a matter of time. So, not ideal, but the screws you get with it, for some reason, they give you slotted screws, which are a nightmare. I can get over that, but the fact that there's just no room to screw it into. Really, it should have a new tube latch, so you can screw up above and below it, but still, well, it's a solid door, so you will get something to grip into, but not now because it's all been mortised out. This one's not actually too bad because it's still in, because it's got the grub screws holding it together to stop it coming apart. And the screws that are in it, so I've got to change it because it's just right next to the one where the other handles are going on. Right, these are the windows. I put this bit of timber on, which has worked really well. There's no drive coming through there at all. But the bottom is bad. So what I've done is I've got this brushed draft excluder. I'm just going to pin it onto the door either side, so that will stop the gap at the bottom. So we'll give that a go and see if that helps. Anything to stop the air coming in will be a benefit. Right, beautiful day. We've had some bad storms over here. Storm Goretti. So funny enough, it just blew the mesh off the fence. So I put it back on, cable tied it. Yeah, I'm surprised it blew it off with all the holes in it. And also, I've lost a couple of slates on the roof. So we've got the phone the roofer up, he's coming around to check it out, get that sorted out. On to the next job. That's the shower door. I like these ones because this is fixed, so you can get a good seal across the bottom there, where it's the most likely place for it to leak. And they're open from, you can get, if that pivoted from the wall, you wouldn't open it because the loo's in the way. So I've just sealed down the outside, along the bottom up to there. So, another job done. Right, for some reason I didn't like the little cupboard that I fitted. So I've changed it now for a one with the light in it. But I had to seal the other one on because there's no fixings on the wall. No fixings behind this. And it looks like it's got a few scratches on it from where they've taken the silicone off. But you don't really notice it. The painter's been in, he's put some paint on the bits to stop the draft coming through. So that's handy. We're in the Mighty Micro today. I've got little jobs to do now, and it's parking's an issue. So yeah, they look much better. So the only thing left to do here to replace that shower hose. So I'll go and pick one of those up. I'll do a quick job first, then I'll go and get that and fit that. Not the nicest of days today. We're in the Mighty Micro because the van's full of footage chocker. So I shouldn't need to use any car vehicle. We've had Storm Goretti. It looks like we've had a bit of damage on the roof. I'm guessing the battery's low. Saying end, so on the carbon monoxide tester, unless it's carbon monoxide. It's just had new flooring. This has all been sanded and stained. My job today is fitting blinds. I've got to fit blinds, there we go, blinds to go, every window. So there's quite a bit of work here. I'm not sure how they've set them up. But it looks like someone's already put timber up there to fix to, which is brilliant. Because the walls are solid. So I can't go any further in without taking my shoes off. And it might be a bit tricky out of the tiles. And I've got to get all my stuff out of the car yet before I take my shoes off. Right, it's going to take a while to sort out which blinds I'm going to wear because there's a lot of windows here. So I think what I'll do is I'll get all the blinds out of the boxes and find out which windows they go on and work from there. Well, that's not what I expected. These are all curtains here. Odd. So, unless they've left them somewhere else, I've had to take the carbon monoxide detector down. It's saying the battery's all right, but it's just beeping, so whether or not there's... It doesn't say alarm as in there's carbon monoxide. Well, I wonder if they've left the blinds somewhere else. That's strange. Ah. Right. Let's sift through those. This is going to be entertaining. The size of these. How's the crack doing? This is where I did the crack, but there's a big gap in the wall. Yeah, that's good. I think there's a bit of scarring on it. It's a shame. Well, you can see there's scarring all over the wall. But you can see the odd line up here where it's been filled, but yeah, it's all solid up. That's good. It's the trouble with these lights, they show up anything that's not perfect. Great room, this. You could have fun on roller skates. Big, big house. So I don't know if they've let it out yet. I don't know if they've got anyone booked in to move in. I can imagine that'd be lovely in summer out there. I've got a little pond. Right. Funny enough, that house next door, I think it is, the people who've bought that are the people who have moved into the flat where I did the shower, the penthouse flat. So they've moved it there while they're getting the house built. Small island. Right, let's go through the boxes and see what's what. But I can see it's going to be a bit of a nightmare working out what goes where. And also, the people who measured these windows, they have got them wrong before. So this will be interesting. Right, I've tried phoning the woman who's done all the measuring up, and there's no answer, so I've left a message for her to ring me. But I mean, it's gonna be a nightmare. There's all different types of blinds there. If she gives me a clue as to what blinds, what colours are going where, it'll give me somewhere to start. Otherwise, it'll be a nightmare. So I've noticed that these kicker pieces, since they're a new floor in, don't fit. So I think what I'll do is I'll start on this. I'll get these done. I presume that needs doing. I'll get those in, and then there's another one there. And then wait for her to get back to me, because I could spend the day trying to work out what goes where, walking around. There's so many blinds and so many windows, but they're not the blinds I thought they'd be. And plus, this door is locked. I know there's work to do in there, and I don't understand why someone would lock the door. And there's been a bit of a fallout with the flooring guy. And I've just come across a bunch of keys here. Mammoth amount of keys. Anyway, that's not my problem. I'll start with the plinth. Alright, we're just taking this unit out, which I put in about 10 years ago. So we're making a bit more space in there. We're going to put cupboard doors on there. And here's a pull down bed. These are brilliant. So you undo the blind and the whole bed pulls out, but they want that removed and made back into wardrobe. So I'm going to pull that out as well. I've just fitted some handrails just to help getting up the stairs. So let's get this out. That's the unit out. It was, fortunately, younger Tim, when he fitted it, scrubbed around all the skirting and everything, so we'll just get the painter in to give that a bit of a once over. Unfortunately, the end went straight into the cupboard, so I've just had to put a block of wood there just to hold the end of the curtain on. But we'll have to get one of those. I think I've got one in the store. We'll fit it on later. Yeah, the painter can just give that a bit of a sort out. The pull down deck bed looks like it's just screwed to the floor, so it'll be nice and easy to take out. Brilliant idea. I'll take the blind out as well. Yeah, I've got the pull down bed out, and I've got to go back to the job. There's a few other things they want doing. The painters are going there Monday, so I'm gonna meet the painters there. But yeah, that's it for, that was a couple of weeks there. It's just been a bit odd. I've been trying to get into the job, the renovation job, which needs doing because the house is empty. I need to get it finished so they can get it rented. But there just seems to be so many other things that are urgent coming in. Every job seems to be urgent at the moment. We've just had a big storm, so that's caused a lot of problems. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Don't want to get the video too long. And sorry about the shaking and walking about with the camera, and I know it's a bit hard to follow, makes you a bit dizzy. And next week we've got number 6. We've got carry on with the removal of the pull down bed. And I did jobs last week, I just didn't video it. I had to put mouse bait down for a job because there was a mouse problem, and there's just been loads of stuff going on. It is manic at the moment. I'm very, very busy, and they just keep giving me more and more work, which, you know, I'd rather have too much than not enough. And I've also had a container full of, like, storage container that I've had to move out of, and that's been a nightmare as well, so I've been doing that. So I have been really busy. But yeah, see you next time. Thanks for watching.